Welcome to another Apply video. In this video we are going to explore the Variable Viewer, which is a tool here in the footer. It's a tool that you're going to get familiar with as you develop more complex projects, because it allows you to see all the variables you're using in your application and change their values. This here is just an empty app in the phone form factor. So let's begin by creating a little button and just setting some variables with it. We're not building an app, we are just doing like this demo to show you some features. So when we click the mouse, we're going to set 3 different variables. I'm just going to create a couple actions here. So let's create a variable named name, set the value to my name, one for color, look how it recognized that color is green. I like that feature a lot. And fruit. So we created these variables here. We applied our low code, but we have not yet run this app. We haven't switched it into play mode. We haven't actually executed that script. So let's go into the variable viewer. And you can see that all our variables are here, but they don't have values because we have never run this. So let's change that. Switch it into play mode, clicked it, and let's go back. And here they have their values. Like all the tools in Apply, you can move the tool around. You can have other tools open at the same time, and you can rearrange them, for example, horizontally, so that you can view more than one tool at once. And here it's a MacBook Air, but if you have a large screen, you can do a lot more with this. But we are talking about the variable viewer here, so let's go back. You can filter the variables so that you only see the variables you want. You can also see variables from all the screens or from a specific screen in case your app is very complex with a dozen screens or 100 screens. This variable viewer can get pretty full. So this allows you fine-grained control of which variables you're seeing. And if you double-click a variable, you can change the value. And if you click here on the trash can, you can delete the variable. So let's play a bit more with it. Let's create like a little text display. We're going to create a counter. So this is going to be counter display. And we're going to create like a little button called increase count. So let's change this to add a variable that we're going to count. Let's call it X. The variable will be X, and the value will be 1. And here on increase count, we are going to add 1 to a variable, X, and we're going to set the element value to X. Pretty straightforward. So if we come here, we set our variables, we increase count, and that's 2. Because X, when we set the variable, it was 1. When we increased, it became 2. But look what happens if I change the value here to, for example, 6. And run the app again. And I increase count. You can see 7. because between times when we run this, it remembers the variable values. So you can use this to develop screens, set your variables, manually set the values of the variables in the variable viewer so that you can work a screen that depends on variables set by other screens, but before you develop these other screens, by just manually entering values here. Suppose that this X variable was set on some other screen. I could just come here, go to the variable viewer and set it to an appropriate value for this screen and then move on. Also, if you have some bug, for example, suppose that accidentally, instead of setting it to 1, we set it to something that's not a number. If we come here and we set the variable and we try to increase count, nothing happens, and we go like, what happened? Well, there's something wrong. What's wrong? Oh, you can check here. Oh, the variable is not actually a number, it's a letter, so you can't really add 1 to a letter. So that also allows you to debug and verify what's going on with your code. It's a powerful tool, and if you need any help with it, reach out to us in our forums or social media. See you in our next video.